What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Wrong Side of the Tracks. I'm Ryan. Thank you so fucking much for joining me. Seriously, I couldn't be more grateful for all y'all out there sharing this time, giving me this opportunity, and there's 1,000 other things you could be doing with your time. So the fact that you're fucking giving some of it to me to listen to what I have to say, I'm super fucking grateful. Thank you so much. That being said, guys, today is the episode that goes out on Tuesday, so it's Sunday, so it is the riff raff day. I don't really have anything particular in plan. All right, just so you guys know, I'm fucking torched, right? I am faded right now. I found a new strain. I've been really getting into like terpenes, like looking at terpene profile and really looking for this specific terpene, myrcene. It's like the super heady, spacey terpene, and that's what I really love to go for when I'm looking for sativas, like generally. And yeah, I found one that has this, and man, oh man, it works. I'll tell you that, it works. So you're gonna have to ride this one out with me. This is definitely gonna be the crazy train today. I might fuck up a lot of words and shit, but hey, we're gonna have some fun with it. I think the overall theme of what I'm thinking about really kind of wraps up everything we've been talking about for 13 episodes. This idea of, just like my overall overarching philosophy and, what I think this new earth thing everybody keeps talking about, what it looks like, right? Or in my mind, how it can look anyways, like a different way of operating, right? Like society operating completely different. This podcasting thing being one of them, as far as a learning tool, a new way to digest information rather than having to go to a college, a formal education, setting. If you seek the right individuals out, and I'm not saying I'm necessarily one of them, but Spotify, YouTube, all these podcasts that are trying to do a similar thing as far as bring you real world information that is amazing, that normally in the past you would have had to pay thousands of dollars for. And if you want to, consume it, you can consume as much as you want. And it starts to open your mind, right? Like learning from all these individuals, not, the information is great and it's awesome. And it's like how we can apply the science to some of these like mystical woo-woo topics like I'm trying to do. But even more so than the information, just learning from each individual, seeing people, how like from all walks of life, like it doesn't matter from the most poor to the richest rich, the biggest atheist to the most spiritual, like the entire spectrum of things is like, it doesn't matter. We're all humans, and it's so interesting to watch how other humans, like operate, form perspectives, like their little universe, like I've talked about, right? Like I think the multiverse is people walking around. We are each our own universe, and the multiverse is a bunch of fucking universes commingling together, right? And we share a projected reality. And yeah, I don't want to get too lost on that, but this what I'm gonna do today, I think, kind of ties all that together, because I want to read some shit out of this notebook for you guys, the Notebook of Albert Hubbard, because I think it's awesome. And what I want to read to you isn't even from him. It's just a one page written about him from his wife. So it's another perspective about what I'm trying to say. I guess, how am I trying to freaking wrap this up? Authenticity is the most powerful, emotion, feeling, state of mind one can hold, right? They thought it was love forever. Go look it up, go research it. I'm not just bullshitting you here. There's new studies showing authenticity radiates like even more powerful, more magnetic than fucking love. That being said, this guy, Elbert Hubbard, he not only had a bunch of cool fucking ideas and everything, but he lived his philosophy. When you live whatever it is you fucking believe, you know, right? Your truths, when you live it and you're not a projected shell of everything and everyone else around you, just the fucking mob psychology, the mainstream consensus going around. If you're, you know, what they call the black sheep, the rebel, the salmon swimming fucking upstream in today's society, that shit radiates. In this age of truth, like it fucking radiates out, like even more so than the words that person will speak. That person just living their life and living their truth, everybody sees that and can learn from that and like, oh shit, I want to do that. And it has nothing to do with I want to do what they're doing. No, it's like I want to be myself and just not give a fuck and do what I want to do and become the best version of myself that I can become, right? This doesn't mean like heathenist. This doesn't mean like, oh, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. No, right? Like you could do that if you choose to do so, right? But my philosophy is live life to the fullest, have as much fun growing, learning, and evolving as you possibly fucking can, and do not intentionally harm anyone, anything, any other conscious agent, right? And I consider this book a conscious agent, this lighter, everything a conscious agent, just at different levels of consciousness, right? So do not intentionally harm anything or anyone. And there you fucking go. It's a pretty easy philosophy. It's how you radiate authenticity. And why I say do not intentionally, because like life and the quantum probability of shit, you can't control everything. So some things or whatever may get harmed, feelings hurt, whatever in the process. But as long as that is not your intention, then I do believe the universe has a reason for it, and there will be some sort of refining process in that for one side, both sides, whatever the fuck it was, right? So, yeah, I believe like more than anything, I hope this podcast like inspires like anyone, like inspires a little bit of hope, plants seeds of authenticity to just fucking be your goofy, quirky, like awesome self. And that's what the world needs. Like the world doesn't need any more fucking straight edges and squares. It doesn't need any more boxes. It has enough of that, right? Like it needs more fucking squiggles and fucking zigzags, man. It needs your bright, colorful, weird, unique self. And it needs, yeah, that's what I believe society needs, right? Like everybody just being themselves, people stopping the fucking facade of fake it till you make it and acting like you fucking know what's going on. Because here's the thing, like I've said, maybe other people out there do know what's going on. Me personally, I don't know what the fuck is going on, and I don't believe anybody else knows. And what I mean by that is like in the grand scheme of things, right? Like you might know what's going on, like in your family, in your job, in your work life, yes. But I mean, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, what the fuck is going on? What is a human being? What the fucking universe, the stars, like, just the whole nine yards, right? Like, our position in it, the whole dichotomy of fucking good and evil and spirituality, and this, you know, just this, this like mythology, this fucking overarching theme of like this cosmic battle between good and evil and all these energetic forces and gods and this and that, and human beings are still like in that equation, right? Like, is this fucking just mythology? Is it just storytelling? Is it what's going on? What That's what I'm talking about. Nobody really knows what's going on there, right? So yeah, how do How do I get go? How do I get off that little rant? So yeah, anyways, like I want to read a little poetry because it's Riff Raff Day, and I hope you guys enjoy that. And then yeah, I want to read this part out of Elbert Hubbard's fucking book that his wife wrote. And so what I was going off on that about is this guy must have lived his philosophy, his truth so much that he didn't even have to just write about it. His wife could tell, right? And you could say, oh, it's his wife, so of course she's gonna talk good. I'm telling, like, me and my wife love each other, and if I were to pass away, I don't think necessarily she would write a thing like this, you know. Not saying she doesn't love me or anything, but like, this is like, you would think this is written from the guy, right? It's like that deep of his philosophy, but it's from somebody else. So he was just magnetic, like he radiated out. And I believe he probably had this effect on multiple people in his life, right? Because that, I think that's how it works. I think once we become the best version of ourselves, that starts radiating out into our family, into our kids, into our friends, and then they start doing it, and then it's just like a fucking, the same way chaos and fires can spread and burn, you know, once they get the right fucking three ingredients. Like, what do you need? Fucking fuel, a source, like, you know, and then fucking the ignition thing, the spark or whatever, right? So the same way negativity can spread, positivity can spread the same way, right? It's like I've been talking about, the same way. It's all energy. The same way some of these fucking tools can be used for negative aspects to fuck with people's minds. A lot of these things can be used to free people's minds, right? You open our minds, plant that seed of authenticity. So that's what we're going to do, and then we'll see where it goes. Oh, yeah, and before I go that much further, I do want to let you guys know, in case some of you have been rocking with me, again, thank you so much. There's a lot of fucking episodes and a lot of information to digest, so I really do appreciate it. But if some of you guys are starting to get a little tired of just seeing my ugly ass on camera, I do have my first guest lined up for the very near future, so I don't want to reveal too much about her, but I will tell you it's a female, and what she does is super fucking cool. Anyways, yeah, I'm just trying to work out a few things on my end, basically, is the last hurdle. So I think it'll probably be one of the first episodes of March is when that'll come out, because the last hurdle that I'm trying to fucking get over, as you guys know, I'm learning all this shit as I go. And it is gonna have to be done like via Zoom or something like that. So I'm just trying to figure out the best way to like capture that screen recording and upload it to you guys, right? I'm not too worried about it. A couple hours of research and YouTubing or some podcasts like I'm talking about. Hopefully mine does for people. I'm sure there's people out there giving that information away for free, right? Like, these things are great learning devices. So yeah, if I dedicate a couple hours over the next week to figure out the best way to capture that recording and bring it to you guys, I will do that super soon in March. And I think you guys will really enjoy it. I think it'll, again, help shed another perspective, shed some more light on a lot of these fucking spiritual, woo-woo, taboo fucking topics, and shed a real life perspective, you know, a down to earth, just grounded in reality that I think everybody like can do this shit, right? To different varying levels, and there are a lot of so-called psychic abilities, right? Like, from the way we download information, like sound, like visually, through the smell, like through touching, through energy work, through like researching knowledge, right? Like, there's so many ways these emerging traits can collect data, right? That I think the more people start to hear, you know, oh shit, that's happened to that person. Oh shit, that's that. Oh shit, that's that. Oh, that happens to me. Oh, that's that. Oh, again, coincidences do not exist, right? These things are emerging traits. Just like our five senses, we have so many more, right? The earth suit is fucking badass. It is badass, right? I don't even know how badass it is, and I know that it's fucking badass, right? So that being said, look forward to that. It should be super fucking fun. And yeah, let's do a little bit of poetry here. Cause I think this, well, they're all kind of weird and wacky, but again, I think this kind of like ties up fits in with the last few episodes anyways, right? So, anyways, I call this one Spark. What are we doing here, and who is God? Is this a brilliant manifesto, or just a desperate attempt from a lonely guy? My guess is on the latter, but if that rung above your head, let me bring it down a little. Sometimes it feels like no one notices at all. We don't know anything about anyone, but yet we can judge them all. It's like I'm always trying to help others heal, but lack the ability to help myself truly feel. So instead, I fill my cup to the brim, holding it all in, letting nothing spill from the rim. So close to the darkness, you can call me grim. Reap what you sow, or at least I think that's what they say. Ain't it funny though, how no one really wants to pay? Every man, woman, and child raised to look out for themselves, sidebarred like a raggedy novel left to rot on the shelf. Sometimes I wonder if this ain't all life is about. Eat shit, get sick, and suffer, just waiting to get out. But just like that novel, sometimes that's how shit goes. It's in those darkest of times when you can see the tiniest glow. From the faintest light that's deep down inside you. And once you look inward, its purpose is to guide you. Wake you up from the slumber or the days that you've been in. Realize your true potential so the fun can now begin. You are the master of your creation, so you can always win. See, you're the creator and the creation and everything in between. You're a multiverse time traveling fucking fifth dimensional being. That's all part of the illusion, is pretending that you're not. Much like a game of hide and seek, your purpose, not be caught. For life is a game, a song, a rhythm, and a dance. To play is to live, so why not take the chance? Why watch the clock while sitting idly by? Why miss another opportunity because you were wondering why? Now is your moment to create magnificent change, to bring forth your purpose and enjoy the game. All right. That is that. Thank you. Thank you for sitting with me for that. If you did, I enjoy it. And yeah, we're going to go from that into reading this again, because I think it's super cool. So if you guys listened to the episode that I talked about the shamanic revival, if you haven't heard that yet, maybe at least go kind of tune in a little bit and you'll kind of get an understanding of what I'm talking about here as far as this guy, Elbert Hubbard. Again, super fascinating guy. This freaking book was written, copyrighted in 1927, but this little thing from his wife was written in 1911. Like, she wrote this to another publication and they used it in this because it was obviously so good. But it shows, it sums up like what this guy represented and what I talk about in the shamanic revival, how I think all of us can become our own shaman, right? That is basically what I think this guy Elbert Hubbard was he was a societal shaman, right? We think of shaman as like these tribal natives running around in loincloths in the jungle somewhere, right? And that could be a shaman, but the shaman is so much more than the individual. It's the knowledge, it is the collective database of information that all shamans across the globe tap into, no matter what, you know, what tool they're using to get there, or uh, what location of the globe they're at, right? A societal shaman, I believe, is just a person living in modern society, the technological age that we know of today, but trying to bring the life essence of this simple but hyper dimensional, I don't even know what you call it, like storehouse wealth of fucking knowledge, a way of living that is in balance and in tune with the guy in mind herself, but it is also hyper technological and fucking advanced, and there is so much knowledge and wisdom and just fascination, art, like just culture that comes out of that, right? That I don't even know. We can embody, we can carry with us and start to form a new fucking society, right? It's what I like. It's like I talked about in that episode, the shamanic revival, the way I see New Earth, right? I don't think it necessarily has to be some super fucking hippy dippy thing, right? As much as I love me some hippie shit, it doesn't have to be that, right? It can be a mix between all of that shit and the way of life that we're already fucking living. Sorry guys, my hair is fucking crazy today. I wanted to wear it down because I wear it up in like every episode. So wanted to wear it down today. So anyways, this is from his wife, Alice Hubbard. And this is what I believe, like, I'm on the side of humanity so much. This is what I think is living within every fucking human being, right? Just waiting to come out in their own way, right? Like, all of these specifics are subjective, and I think they pertain to every individual, man. Like, I literally think the human being, the earth suit, the combination of whatever this fucking thing is with consciousness mixed is it's the bee's knees, man. I think it's the pinnacle, right? So we'll see if there's others that agree with me. So this is by Alice Hubbard. Elbert Hubbard, the most positive human force of his time, is a man of genius in business, in art, in literature, in philosophy. He is an idealist, dreamer, orator, scientist. In his knowledge of the fundamental, practical affairs of living, in business, in human interest, in education, politics, and law, he seems without a competitor. He is like Jefferson in his democracy, in his teaching a nation to love to govern itself and to simplify all living. He is like Paine in his love for liberty and in his desire that all shall be free to act in freedom and to think in freedom. He is like Lincoln in that he would free all mankind. He too knows that there can be no free man on the earth so long as there is one slave. Elbert Hubbard sees, too, that that just so long as there is one woman who is denied any right that man claims for himself, there is no free man. That no man can be superior. True American, so long as one woman is denied her birthright of life, liberty, and happiness. He knows that freedom to think and act without holding that right from any other evolves humanity. Therefore, he gives his best energy to inspiring men and women to think and to act, each for himself. He pleads for the rights of children, for so-called criminals, for the insane, the weak, and all those having failed to be a friend to themselves, need friendship most. The golden rule is his rule of life. His work is to emancipate
American men and women from being slaves to useless customs, outgrown mental habits, outgrown religion, outgrown laws, outgrown superstitions. He would make each human being rely upon himself for health, wealth, and happiness. I just want to point out, guys, I have like made several posts where I literally say health and wealth begins with self, right? Again, I'm not like sitting here tooting my home like, oh no, I'm saying like that didn't come from me. Like it felt so right and natural, right? But this was obviously written so far like long ago and it's saying the same shit, right? Like my episode where I say everything everywhere all at once. This kind of ties in like how it's going from politics, education, philosophy, science, everything should be tied together, right? The way in modern age we always say like, oh, no talking about like politics or religion, right? Like, well, no offense, when you live in a world dictated by politics and religion and those are the two things you don't talk about, well, what conversations are we supposed to have? Oh, fucking nice weather we're having, right? You get where I'm going? It's like a very controlled society. So, everything everywhere all at once, right? Health and wealth begins with self. All right, let's keep going. Elbert Hubbard is like Emerson in seizing upon truth, embalmed and laid in pyramids of disuse. Into these truths he has breathed the breath of life, and they have become for so many of us living souls. From the thoughts of Moses, Socrates, Solomon, Pythagoras, Loyola, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, he has brought to us wisdom that applies to the art of living today. Elbert Hubbard is a unique figure in history. The strength of his individuality comes from his having lived much and intensely. He lives his philosophy before he writes it, proves his theory before he announces it. Like Shakespeare, he has access to universal knowledge, and from his storehouse he draws the vital fact whenever he needs it. Without effort, his mind seizes upon the important part of any subject, scene, or situation, and he presents the few parts which will suggest the whole. He knows psychology, the needs of humanity at large, the needs of races, the needs of classes in races, and individuals in a class. Right? You see that, guys? Just right there. Like everything, everywhere, all at once. Right? Without effort, his mind seizes upon the important part of any subject and he presents the few parts which will suggest the whole. I've been trying to say in these all these episodes, right? One of the things I think I'm really good at is taking a lot of information, especially seemingly unrelated information, and combining what would normally take some people hours and hours and hours of research and combining it into a nice couple hour, digestible fucking, you know, data packet, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like learning a little education packet, right? And then you can go research anything that I discuss in deeper depth if you're interested. But it makes it so you don't have to search hours and hours endlessly. So, anyways, I just think that's crazy that this is literally 100 years old and it's like feels so similar to what I'm trying to do, right? And it just shows me that these thoughts, these ideas, they've been permeating the veil, the just trying to come through for so long and they've been getting held back and stifled. And I think it can no longer be swept under the rug. Business is not business as usual. Civilizations run their course and the modern way of life as we know it is coming to an end, right? That's the way everybody feels this crazy energy coming. Again, I don't think it's some crazy apocalyptic, no offense, people people are crazy. So, some crazy things will be done, unfortunately. That being said,
people as a whole, humanity as a whole, I believe is good, right? I believe fucking 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 people are good, and there's a very small population, very small percentage of people intentionally doing bad things. And I think like those days are their days of running shit behind the scenes are coming to an end. That's the age of truth and information coming together, right? Fucking the snakes are coming out. So, anyways, let's continue. All right. He knows men and women, American men and women, their hopes, their fears, their strength, their weakness, their possibilities. He deals with them, having ever before him the ideal. He too is looking for a Hoppy, a Messiah, a Superman. He is never discouraged, never tired, never depressed. Eternal hope is in his heart, so every morning brings to him a new day and ushers in a new year of a better day. Work, laugh, play, think, be kind is the day's program he lives and recommends. Economic freedom is the first necessity in human happiness. So Albert Hubbard's first lesson is industry, producing wealth, using it wisely, distributing it. He knows too that food, shelter, clothing, fuel are not enough to fill a man's needs. Man has a soul to be fed and evolved as well. Love, beauty, music, art are necessities too. He had he but 2 loaves of bread, he would sell one and buy white hyacinths which to feed his soul. He loves all animal life, believes that men should spend a part of every day in the garden, on the farm, with horses and animals, which are the civilizers of man. And in case you guys weren't sure, hyacinth, that's a flower. It's got a ton, like in Greek, I think it stands for like the purple flower. It's like very like sacred, right? Like in the spiritual realm. So thought that was super cool. We're almost done here. Elbert Hubbard is a businessman and a philosopher. He is a wise man in the use of his time, his energy. Just want to point out energy. See how much energy they're talking about? Energetics, guys. Everything is energy. The law of his life is action. He knows that to focus his mind on the development of man is to degenerate into something less than a man. Man is developed, quite incidentally, through his work. Work is the exercise which develops brain, nerve, and muscle. Work is the means in which man uses to accomplish the end, the Superman who shall understand nature. He knows that creed is the subjugation of the individual. So his desire is to give every person about him equal opportunity with himself. He loves humanity. He believes in man of the ultimate triumph of the noblest qualities in man. He is brother to all mankind, all kindred to every living thing. He lives as a nobleman, every day without fear. All days are holy days. All natural phases of human life are sacred, and he respects them all. Through the power of his imagination, he has lived all lives, and he condemns no man. Content to live in one world at a time, he has the genuine faith which does not creep into the unknown, but lives to the full today, assured that the power which cares for us will not desert us there. So, yeah, there's that. I think that's super awesome. Again, like just this idea, like what I call the shamanic revival, right? It's clearly been out there. Again, it's not just me and Albert Hubbard. I think there's millions of people like either feeling it, waking up to it now, trying to figure it out, whatever you want to call it, that this shit has been out there forever. And now I think we live in the time where it's possible, right? society has been this fucking freight train of a thing that was moving forward like no, just cog in a machine, right? Like that's what we were when all of this information was hidden. Now that we are in the fucking 2025, everything known to man is out there. Now we just have to sift through the shit, figure out who's doing it, what's going on, how to use it towards our advantage, right? Leverage it for the the good of humanity. Well, now it can actually be done. Like civilization as we know it is finally limping enough that if we kick the crutch out from under it, I know it's going to get ugly for a little bit. I even think it'll be like, disrupting in a way as far as like, I love the modern conveniences of today. They're fucking sweet, right? That shit will disappear for a little while. And then all of this information knowledge will finally be done being talked about because all of us are now getting it or have the opportunity to get it through all of this shit. And now it'll be starting to apply it. People will have to start living it and doing it. Everything from growing our own shit to rebuilding our own shit to figuring out new power sources, fucking better forms of transportation. Like it'll take us to the fucking future in that aspect once we get over the speed bump. I promise. I don't know how I know, but I know, right? Like I'm not prophesying any crazy fucking it's gonna be this and then that, but just the way cycles go. If you look at cycles of history, when one dissolves, it goes through a period of dark age for a little bit, but then it comes out better than ever before. Well, I think the collective knowledge and shit of how you know the general consensus of how we want to operate moving forward. No more sneaky, crazy shit behind the shadows and few people running it, right? Everybody have an equal opportunity to get the infinite amount of fucking abundance that's out there, right? Like, there should be no reason that literally 99% of the money known, period, not even in circulation, just 99% of all the fucking money in the our sphere of what you call fucking earth is in the hands of like less than 100 people, and the rest, the 8 billion of us, the rest of us are literally fighting over like the 1% of currency, and look at how much money that still is, right? So I'm not one of these people like, oh, communists, we need to redistribute fucking. No, doesn't need to do that. Now we know what they have done, right? So they need not collect anymore is all I'm saying. And now we use all their fucking tools and shit that they've used for themselves. We all fucking use that, and now everybody rise to the level of that. That's all I'm saying. Like, it doesn't need to be a fucking handout or take from him to give to them. No, like, we all have the information, we have the knowledge, we know the shit that they fucking did, and now we can use it for good. And I'm not talking about their weird little fucking cult shit that they do. No, I'm talking about the information and the knowledge, the fucking real history to humanity and what the fuck is going on, our position in the grand scheme of things, right? Like once we know and realize that, the fucking sky's the limit. Like I'm telling you, there's a reason why in all of these fucking stories and tales and everything, as crazy as it seems, because it's like gods and goddesses and demons and angels and like cosmic forces that can fucking control the stars, right? But yet humans are still in there. Well, me personally, I think that's because whatever's going on, simulation, fucking multiverse, fucking quantum shit, real life, physical, three-dimension shit. Here's what I'm getting at. It's like, I think we are spirits inside this. I think this is a fucking skin suit. Like, it's the Earth suit the same way like we see the fucking astronauts on the moon in that goofy fucking suit, right? That's the suit. Obviously, hopefully we have better shit now. But that was the suit required to walk on the moon. Like, if you wanted to walk on the moon, you got in that fucking suit. I think it's the same way, right? Like, Earth has X amount of suits that you can climb into, right? And which one do you want to fucking climb into a tree? Do you want to climb into a fucking bobcat? Or do you want to climb into the coolest fucking thing they got going right now, the fucking human, right? Maybe something better will come along. Well, okay, maybe that'll be like, the dinosaurs, fucking Cro-Magnon man, fucking what is that one fucking the Pithecus, fucking Australopithecus, fucking Homo sapiens, like things run its course, right? If something better comes along, a better fucking vehicle for consciousness to go into, well then okay, we'll fucking take that. But for now, the fucking Earth suit is the thing going, right? Like you're not this, like this is the vehicle, like you are the essence inside there. I know that sounds like some crazy hippie shit, but this is the reason why a lot of the old temples, a lot of the old places of like knowledge, wisdom, spirituality back in the day, when the fucking traveler would get there, fucking weary traveler after days on end and would get there, one of the first things they would see, no matter which temple you were in, was like the phrase like, know yourself, know thyself, discover yourself, right? Fucking, who are you? Because it's not the skin suit. And this was the whole purpose to why they were there, right? They may learn and pick up a number of teachings, right? And ideas, whatever you want to call it, from, sound bowls to the way they dress, to the way they carry themselves, to the tools they use, from, aromatherapies, plant medicines, fucking whatever it is. Might pick up any number of those, but the entire purpose of going to these places was to figure yourself out, go inward and figure out who the hell you were. Because once you knew who you were, it didn't matter about anybody else. And not like it didn't matter about anybody else, again, like this world of heathenism, like, no, it doesn't matter. Like, you see that, oh, that is the way, like, everything is perfect as it is. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, you hit a level of understanding, of awareness that, oh, everything is right on track. I don't care what your situation is, it's perfect. It is perfect. And I know that sounds like I'm jumping to conclusions or like I know everything, but I'm just saying, if you really think about it, the universe, God, source, fucking just the natural evolution of things, like Terence McKenna called it novelty theory, right? The universe knows much better than us at how to perfect processes. Hence why everything in the fucking universal creation is perfect, right? If you look at it on a small scale, it's like a bunch of chaos. You look on a large scale, it's fucking trees and water and atmosphere, and it's this perfect fucking biome that has to be exactly perfect. Otherwise, it would be a domino effect and shit would fail, right? It has this way of perfecting things. That's why the best fucking psychedelics are the ones perfected in nature, and we extract them out, or we learned how to mimic them, right? Or our brain also produces them, right? Isn't that strange? So, what I'm getting at is the universe is much better than we are at preserving novelty. So, no matter what your situation is, if you're born in a third world country and it seems like all odds are stacked against you, and you're never going to make it out for whatever reason, that story happens all the time, that person actually goes to do some of the craziest things in the world, right? Because, no offense, the person 9 times out of 10 that is given everything to them in the first world country and doesn't have to work or do anything for the opportunities that are thrown at it, usually do not thrive to as high a standard as the other one. It's just the way it is. Like spiritually, like yes, maybe societally they'll have fucking money and their fucking the prefix before their name will say otherwise, but their actual life knowledge and their spiritual capacity and their just overall magnetism as a fucking human being, like being a good human being, service to others rather than service to self, um, is usually way more off the charts than that person, right? Like this is the fucking paradox. It seems like very self-centered to say like become the best version of yourself. But no, where people this is where people try and sway you away from that and turn you off of the spirituality thing because they go, look, they're all super um ego driven and they're all like about their about themselves, right? They're all about becoming the best version of themselves. But no, what it comes down to is when you are when you feel like you are the best version of yourself, when you actually wake up and look in the mirror and you're like, dude, I fucking love you, like I love the way I look, I love the way I feel, I don't feel shitty, I love like what I'm doing. I love the direction of my life. Like, I just love you, right? Like, fucking thank you for fucking carrying me around, feet. Like, you carry my ass around all day on fucking 6 inches of fucking surface area. Um, Thank you, fucking hands, for fucking doing all the things that I could not do without you, right? Like, just being appreciative of what the fuck you are when you're in that state constantly. You want to share that with everyone. You want to be of service to everyone, no matter what it looks like. If they need you for a shoulder to cry on, you want to be that. If they need your physical help working or doing something laborious, you want to do that. If they need your help fucking learning or understanding or traveling or getting somewhere, you want to do that. Like, you want to be of service to everyone else because you think in your mind, hey, they're obviously not in this state. If I can do this thing, maybe they'll get in this state and they'll feel good about themselves too, right? It that's how it works. But when you steer people away from this spirituality and try to say that it's all this ego driven thing because they're focused on self, you miss the deeper depth to that no, it's only focusing on yourself long enough to feel good, and then you want everyone else to fucking hopefully feel good too, if there's anything you can do, right, to help them. Because we get so there's so much information and how do you say it, like there's so much information, ideas, perspectives, ways of looking at some of these things that it is easy to get lost in the details sometimes. So sometimes it's hard to get past the surface level because every time you try and take a new a new rabbit hole, a new path, something else pulls you out over here and you kind of just, go back to the surface on a whole new area of the thing, right? So sometimes too much information can be a fucking bad thing. But I guess, how am I trying to say it? Trying to, I guess, yeah, just use your intuition, your discernment, like that thing there, like pull out the few part. Don't focus, like, right? Ah, man. Don't focus so much on each little detail. Try and look at the fucking 30,000 foot view and what's going on. Are they purposely trying to muddle me with all the surface shit because there's something actually here and they don't want me to see? Or is there just a bunch of shit because they're trying to get me to look over here and the real thing's over there, right? Like, we got to use a little bit of discernment here where each man has to take accountability, like, for themselves and the information and the ways in which we consume our information, right? Again, I think there is a time and place for like gurus, mentors, coaches, life coaches, all that stuff, whatever you want to call it, like that are in the like the high paid, category. I do believe there is an area for that, a need for that even, but I think it's kind of being misused or misdirected right now and getting this water muddied, if I can kind of explain. Again, all of this information is out there, right? It is all out there for free. Like, I am not telling you guys anything that you cannot go find out there for free. That's what I want to stress the most. All of this shit, yes, it may take you hours and days and a long time to research and find out where to go and this and that. That's why I think, podcasts like this, where we take a bunch of it and give it to you like that, so then you know where to kind of focus. Um, but all the information is out there for free. I think everybody should be able to get all this information for free. Like, to get all, like I said, if we're playing a game here and the goal is level 10 and this information is necessary to get to level 10, well, I think everybody should be able to get this information for free. And then, so like, basically, if you start at level 1, we're going to level 10, all of this information is kind of like an automatic level 3, right? And that's I think everybody should be able to get there. And then from levels 3 to 7 or to 10, right, should be how deep do you want to go in any one of these fields? Do you want to really get into tarot and the history on it, where it come from and what you can do with it? Do you want to get into energy work and really go that aspect of it? Are you loving meditation and you want to help guide, meditate people? Do you love what yoga does? Are you all about the psychedelics and you want to help people in that? Like, this is where now, like, I think these coaches, these mentors, these gurus, whatever the fuck you want to call them, this is where I believe they belong, right? So I guess what I'm trying to get at is selling the information seems kind of fucking snake oily to me. I don't like the selling of the information because it's out there for free. That being said, at that point, if any individual decides they want to, what I would basically call apprentice, this is what like shamans do. We even do this in some of our trades, our skilled labor today, freaking lineman, electrician, shit like that, right? I think it could be done like in the health field. I think we should do way more apprenticing, right? So that being said, if somebody wants to apprentice under somebody, whatever they feel like charging for their skill, their energy work, like teaching somebody fucking energy work and learning how to do Reiki or any sort of fucking plant medicine, shamanism, ceremony thing. Is it somebody like overall like positivity, mindset booster, life coach style? You know, always holding yourself in a positive light? Is it more freaking financially economic driven, like product consumer fucking knowledge, entrepreneurship to the next level, right? Like all of those things, apprenticing under those things for whatever fee. So then you actually like, what an apprenticeship does is you not only get the information, but you literally start to, the way that person radiates and the way they operate, you're around them, you're seeing them live their philosophy, living what they're teaching you. They're not just teaching you over Zoom. You actually have periods of time where you're with them and you are just observing how they operate in not only their day-to-day life, their area of thing, how they apply all their shit, basically how they have integrated whatever it is they're trying to sell you. You literally see them live it. So now it's no longer people like the fake it till you make it. People can no longer sell shit, right? If you're apprenticing under people, well, now if you're a fake motherfucker, it's gonna be plain as day. It's gonna be so obvious. This person's gonna be like, I want my fucking money back, and you've been selling me all the shit I could have got for free. You don't live this at all, right? It would be that freaking evident. So I'm all about the apprenticing. That's what, like, literally I would just like, you're a life coach apprentice, you're a shaman apprentice, you're a fucking, human design apprentice or whatever. I don't know how specific we get into these apprenticeships, right? Some of them might be like more bulk, right? Because chart reading is chart reading. I have a feeling if you're good at human design, you would probably also be good at like astrology birth chart reading. You probably also be pretty good at like gene keys, chart reading, and applying data and information to real life human psychology shit, right? So, um, yeah, apprenticing. I think that is like a big thing in New Earth. I think we'll get back to apprenticing across the board. If you want to learn something, it'll be an apprenticeship. Well, not like just learn, right? You can learn shit without an apprenticeship, clearly. But if you're somebody who wants to pay for a course or something like that, I don't think they should just be like online fucking, 3-day course, get your certificate here. Like, we're stacking certificates to the ceilings. Like, people are just giving certificates out for fucking nothing. Well, guess what? There is some, like, somebody has to be the person to create the certificate, right? Like, somebody has to be the first person to say, like, hey, I'm going to create a certificate for this. So, at the end of the day, how fucking valid is a certificate, right? It's a piece of fucking paper that is just representing this person got the information that I also have that created this certificate. They have the same information, so they can have the certificate also, right? I think it should be so much more than that. I think it should be like, yeah, we could still give certificates if you want, but I don't think certificates are necessary, because once you apprentice under somebody for the correct amount of time, and everything would be different, right? Obviously, if you were gonna apprentice to be a fucking world, like you wanted to be the best chef in the world, so learning fucking spices and food and all the fucking meats and vegetables and fucking, yeah, you name it, that apprentice would probably take a lot fucking longer than it would to apprentice as um fuck, I don't know, but you get where I'm going, right? Like, how long you apprentice under someone and how many hours, like, that's all dependent, right? Like, some people can apprentice under someone for a few months hardcore and like benefit just as much as somebody who apprentices just periodically over the course of a year. So again, we gotta stop looking at things so black and white and template driven, and realize the best thing for the overall collective is a much more individualized fucking spectrum of fucking operating. So that is that. I don't know what else. Let's see how deep I am into this. See how long I want to keep going. Well, we're only in there. Okay, maybe I'll keep this one fairly short and sweet too. Just kind of nice to the point. Don't rant too much. And sometimes I know 2 hours are probably hard to sit through sometimes, especially with my nasally voice. But again, if there's one thing I'm trying to get across, like, if we can just look past some of these like surface level triggering things in some people, like, I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. Uh, if I was, I understand perspective in human psychology enough to know that there are some people in society that just, the way instantly when they see me, because my long hair, whatever, the beads, the necklaces, or if my hair's up in a ponytail, or the symbolism on my shirt with the freaking eye and the moons, like, probably scare some people instantly, like, oh my god, what is this, a witch or a warlock? What is this thing, right? um that being said, guys, if we can look past the surface level just goofiness of everyone and realize that, oh, maybe there's a depth of knowledge, a wealth of information that that person has or is willing to offer you, um, and shed some people a little grace, right? Like, we all look different. We all enjoy what we enjoy as far as the way we look, the way we like to carry ourselves, the things we surround ourselves with. That being said, those things do not dictate the energy that we carry, right? Like, that facade in society is one of the things I'm trying to help dust off, as far as like, you cannot automatically attribute, the all-seeing eye thing with evil and witches. You cannot automatically assume because, somebody talks about meditation and spirit guides that they're like channeling demons or getting possessed, right? Like you cannot automatically say yoga is evil because it's one of the Hindu gods freaking rips people's heads off and yoga's from there, so it's also evil. It's like holy smokeronies, man. Like the this just again the facade that any sort of symbol or thing represents the teaching, the tool is just bananas. That is the way we have operated in the past that has got us to here to why there is so much fear and gaslighting around some of these things. And I think we're just in a much more aware day and age. Like this is what I talk about as far as like the age of information and the age of truth are combining, right? Like the age of truth, what everyone like astrology, the Aquarian age, blah blah blah, like fucking paradise, thousand fucking years of paradise, whatever you want to call it, right? The new earth, that is happening simultaneously with the age of information, like AI and all collective human information all being accessible right here. That is combining now with the age of truth because it was two separate worlds, right? Like the age of truth wasn't here, so whatever fucking age we were in was separate from the information age. So our spiritual, our awareness, our awakening hadn't come together. We were just like consuming information and probably a lot of the wrong information. Or you were doing like spiritual shit, right? Like you were figuring yourself out, but you were probably like off to yourself or in your hermit phase. The two are combining now where it's like, oh, now we take all of this shit that teaches us how to blueprint this earth suit, how to be the best versions of ourselves, how to bring in physical paradise, right? How to actually operate this motherfucker while simultaneously rising to the age of truth as far as like no more fake it till you fucking make it, right? Like no more snake oil salesmen, no more people selling the information or gaslighting away from the information. That shit, like again, it's all going away. Whether it's how I talk about the shamanic revival and apprenticing or whatever, there's going to probably be millions of ways to operate that are better than the fucking way we're operating now. Like, let's put it that way. I think our technology will get better. I think our like just abilities, again, like these psychic abilities, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, telekinesis, telepathy, all of these are going to go off the charts. Knowing our fucking position in the universe and where the fuck humanity stands, I think will start to come into grasp. I literally think we're like, man, I have so much fucking, I don't even know what you call it, fucking just root, just faith, fucking hope in humanity. But I also know that it's just like dangling by a thread. And again, and maybe this is how it's supposed to work because the universe, again, is much better than we are at preserving novelty. So maybe this is exactly how it has to work. Kind of like the cycles show that this thing is going to have to burn down or almost all the way down in order to grow new, right? That's why all the scriptures talk about like fields and harvesting and when the time is right for harvesting and what do farmers do when they're, they torch the fucking fields and they till up the land and they get it fresh and ready for new fucking growth, right? So, yeah, I think when the main thing, once you start to know yourself, once you start to be your authentic self, you see things are exactly the way they're supposed to be, right? As fucked up and as chaotic as they are just so beautiful and elegant at the same time. And it's a fucking awesome thing to observe, right? You stop becoming the person that life is happening to, and you start becoming the person that you're fucking controlling life, right? Like you're controlling your situation. You're not just this little speck of fairy dust that's all up to fate, right? No, that there are some parameters to the fucking game. I don't know why, but there's some fucking parameters to the game. But you can start to see those fucking parameters and see yourself within those and fucking help others wake up to those things too. And maybe those are the fucking parameters that start to change, right? The shared projected reality that we're all changing. I don't fucking know. We could go as deep into that as we want. But I think I'm gonna kind of wrap up this episode right there because I think it's kind of an overall just good, impactful, little packet of just being ourselves, guys. Like nothing is better than fucking being ourselves because that is what the world needs. That is what New Earth is. That is what becoming our own shaman is like shamans. That's why they're fucking awesome, right? They're doing their thing. They don't care if a fucking Christian missionary shows up or if a wild fucking psychedelic dude like Terrence McKenna shows up. The shaman is fucking doing his shaman shit, right? He sees right through you. Everybody else in the village is like Googling and eyeing the fucking cameras and the bags and the canoe and all the shit you came with. And the shaman is fucking sitting in the back and he's just looking right through you. Who is this guy, right? Not the fucking skin suit, not the skin suit that just walked up. Who is this person that's coming? And that's what the shaman does, right? Like in a lot of tribes, the shaman is even uh known amongst the tribe to actually probably even be higher than like the king or the queen or the leader of the tribe, because even the leader of the kings and queens go to the shaman for tribal advice, right? So if we all embrace this and embody this and become our own personal shaman, the shamanic revival can come to life and we can all start to grow, evolve, and refine, become the fucking best humans we can be, the best conscious agents we can be, and leave our fucking mark on humanity before our cycle's done, right? All right, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please fucking comment below. Share this with some people you know. And help me get this out there, guys. Help me beat the fucking algorithm if you guys are enjoying this. It will help me know that you're actually enjoying it. And now at this point, there's enough topics that I've discussed that you guys can start letting me know, like, hey, we want to talk more about this, or what were you saying there? Or hey, can you dive more into this? Or we want to hear more about that part of your life story. Whatever it is, I would be glad to start dipping and diving. And yeah, again, guests, I got a super cool one coming up. Be ready. If you're interested, hit me up. Let me know. Again, my Instagram, I am Ryan_Rogers. You can email me at I am_energy at yahoo.com if you want to email that way. You can find my Facebook. I don't really do Facebook, but yeah. Instagram, email, or this podcast. You comment or message on here, I will see it, guys. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for fucking joining me. Go have a killer Tuesday, and I will see you next time on Wrong Side of the Tracks. Peace.